My name is Nick Shafto, and this is my story. I grew up a pastor's kid. I grew up in the church. My family was heavily involved in our local church, and my dad was a children's pastor. And then through time, my family had a falling away with the church. For a long period of time, from about 5 or 6 years old all the way till my freshman year of high school, I was not involved in church in any way. And I was really into acting and theater. And one of my good friends named James actually invited me to a Bible study. I wasn't really too excited to go at the time. It just kind of sounded a little bit boring. But he told me that there was free food and some good-looking girls, so I decided to go. And believe it or not, at that Bible study, I met my wife there. I was introduced to the gospel there, and I committed my life to Christ there. Being in community, you have an opportunity for people to remind you of the gospel, because I think we forget different areas of the gospel every day of our lives. I think I've gone through seasons where I've doubted the satisfaction that I could have in Christ. I've doubted my identity that Christ has clearly put out there that I know is true, but I've gone through seasons of doubt that Jesus is actually sending me. But being surrounded in a community, learning what it means to die to yourself, and learning that the freedom we're taught in culture and in the world is like every desire you have, you can fulfill them, like that's freedom. And learning that that's the exact opposite we see like in biblical freedom. I would be a slave to sin. And I think because of the gospel, I'm no longer condemned to that, and that is not my identity. My story encourages me that God has placed us in specific places at certain times in our life that we may not understand at the time, but one little action can completely change every part of our life.